What up guys, Mikhail here from Yugatech, and have you ever seen a laptop this light? That's 2 fingers. Well, if you have, maybe you haven't seen one that also offers great performance, something really lightweight, capable of running Call of Duty Warzone, as well as editing and exporting 4K videos in Adobe Premiere. And did I mention that it also has a 3.1K touchscreen OLED display? Meet the new 2024 Huawei MateBook X Pro. If you're somebody who's always on the go, craving a very portable laptop that can pack a punch considering its size, then the Huawei MateBook X Pro just might be the thing you want to add to your cart. Weighing in at only 980 grams, it packs a very capable Intel Ultra 9H series processor to match. It even features a flexible OLED touchscreen panel for extra utility when out and about. So, without further ado, let's dive in. Starting off with the design of the laptop itself. At first glance, it seems like Huawei didn't make much of a change to the overall styling. It still looks like the same MateBook X Pro we've come to be familiar with from previous generations. But if you look closely, you'll notice the subtle changes. First is the material used. It's still a beautiful CNC'd aluminum chassis, but it doesn't feel metal to the touch anymore due to the more matte finish. Huawei calls it its new Skyline design, which is all new to the 2024 MateBook X Pro. The new Morandi blue colorway also helps distinguish itself from the previous generations. And it's not just for show either. This material is quite resistant to spills and accidental splashes. Heck, this cup of coffee didn't even leave a stain after we wiped it away. It still looks great, leaving no residue behind. And with that, we won't have to worry about discoloration in the long run. Thanks to the redesign, the laptop now weighs under 1 kilogram, specifically 980 grams like I mentioned earlier. It's also become a lot thinner, measuring just 13.5 millimeters thin with the lid closed. As you all saw in the intro, we can carry this laptop in between just 2 fingers. Kind of just like a folder, which just goes to show how light and slim the MateBook X Pro has become. Despite the slim and lightweight design, it's very practical for overall portability. For I/O, users get 3 USB-C ports, with the 2 on the left side being Thunderbolt 4 ports. Need to use USB-A? Well, the box comes included with a USB-C to USB-A adapter to make life easier for you. Another subtle but nice change that Huawei made is the design of the trackpad and the keyboard. The trackpad is nice and big for the form factor, making it very easy to use. Officially called Huawei's Free Touch, it features knuckle gestures for taking screenshots and screen recordings, edge and multi-finger gestures for adjusting brightness, volume, and maybe even media playback control, and quickly accessing Windows notifications panel like so. Compared to previous versions, the keyboard also feels a lot lighter and softer, making it feel really nice to write with, even when typing for extended periods. To others in the studio, actuating the keyboard does feel a little mushy or soft, but for most, it'll be great. Overall, the build and construction of the 2024 Huawei MateBook X Pro is very solid. And honestly, we really like it a lot. But let's move on to something just as great, which is the screen. The MateBook X Pro features a 14.2-inch 3.1K flexible OLED display with 10-point touch support. Its bezels are pleasantly thin all around. The display's edge corners are even rounded, which we thought was a nice touch, taking into consideration how Windows UI and even browsers have been updating to this very design change. The OLED panel is also backed by Huawei's X-True display technology, providing accurate colors and deep blacks, translating to great contrast ratios and sharpness. Digital professionals can also rest assured knowing that the display is actually very color accurate, with about 99% coverage of the DCI-P3 color space and 94% coverage of Adobe RGB coverage. Interestingly, this is also the first MateBook X Pro display that supports Adobe RGB in up to 1.7 billion colors. And even when we're not working on anything and just watching or streaming our favorite shows and movies, color reproduction is superb. The display also supports up to a 120Hz refresh rate that can also be set to 60Hz for better battery efficiency. But there is a dynamic option in display settings which lets the laptop determine which refresh rate to set itself to depending on the activity. The inclusion of 10-point touch is also a nice novelty to have when users get a little too lazy to use the trackpad. Given how light and portable the Huawei MateBook X Pro is, there's a high chance users will be using it when out and about. Thankfully, the screen can get very bright with up to 1000 nits of peak brightness, making it easy to see and use when the sun is out. So whether you want to work indoors or outdoors, the MateBook X Pro has you covered. When it comes to the auditory listening experience from this laptop, the 2024 MateBook X Pro comes with a 6-speaker setup that sounds great with a nice balanced soundstage. Audio clarity and resolution is very nice coming out of its 12.5-inch chassis, most optimal when sitting in front of the laptop. To back up the nice display and features, the 2024 Huawei MateBook X Pro packs some serious firepower, especially for a slim and lightweight ultrabook. Under the hood, it sports the latest Intel Core Ultra 9 processor with a 40-watt TDP, which is paired with an Intel Arc discrete GPU, allowing users to render and export 4K videos and, more importantly, play some casual games. For reference, the unit we have comes with 32GB of LPDDR5X memory and 2TB of quick SSD storage. Running our usual editing programs such as Adobe Lightroom, Photoshop, and Premiere Pro was not an issue with the 2024 MateBook X Pro. Considering the laptop's form factor, editing 4K videos is a breeze, but if potential buyers work on videos that require a lot of heavy motion graphics or extensive animation work, this probably isn't the laptop for you. But of course, we all need to take a break once in a while. Not surprisingly, it can easily run Genshin Impact and Wuthering Waves without any issues whatsoever. We can even bump up the graphic settings to be fully immersed in the game, paired with the great 6-speaker audio system. What surprised us the most was the capability of the MateBook X Pro to run heavier and more graphic-intensive titles like Call of Duty Warzone. Although the graphics settings had to be turned down, we were able to get a consistent 65 frames per second average playing online matches. At first, even when a lot was going on in-game, the laptop did not throttle or slow down, and we had some pretty decent matches. But when it came to longer, more extensive gaming sessions with Warzone, performance still took a dip with temperatures rising. But to give you all a better idea of how it performs, we ran our usual benchmark apps for laptops, so you can all check them out right now. Now, I know I just took a dig at thermals based off extensive Warzone gameplay, but obviously this thing isn't actually a gaming laptop. So of course, the way the 2024 MateBook X Pro dissipates heat is one of the reasons to thank for the constant performance. It uses Huawei's new Cloud Falcon architecture to prevent overheating. It features tiny holes within the keyboard deck and intake vents on the underside of the terminal to help channel air into the fans. We even removed the backside to check out how the compact setup works. Here you can see the fans in their curved blade design, which helps improve airflow and overall thermals. The result? Your keyboard doesn't feel as hot even when the CPU is running at full blast. Further enhancing productivity or having a more enjoyable gaming experience, the MateBook X Pro also comes with Bluetooth 5.3 and Wi-Fi 6E. And thanks to the 3D Metaline antenna, Wi-Fi stability and connection distance from the router has been great. The MateBook X Pro also features a 1080p webcam for video calls and meetings. It features a privacy switch here on the right side, which you can physically toggle on or off, but does not actually physically block the camera sensor from seeing anything. So this could just be like a circuit killing switch. Additionally, we also get a slew of AI features for the webcam and AI noise cancellation modes for the 4-mic system. AI webcam features include virtual background, eye contact, follow cam, and beauty, while AI noise cancellation modes include voice enhancement, true voice, which reduces ambient noise, and True HD, which provides a clear recording of all sounds the mic can pick up, like AI enhanced.
Sup peeps, early Virgotech. Right now I'm using the HUAWEI MateBook X Pro 2024 and I'm using the webcam. So this is the sample video of it without the noise cancellation. So this is me now with the noise cancellation on. So tell us your thoughts about the video sample of this one. So yeah.
And of course, like always, if you're someone in the Huawei ecosystem, we can use Super Device to transfer files and data seamlessly between Huawei phones, tablets, wearables, and the laptop. Given everything we can do with the Huawei MateBook X Pro, you'd expect it to drain a lot of battery quickly. Well, that isn't the case. It might only pack a 70 watt-hour battery, but it lasts a relatively long time. Without gaming, we were able to get 6 to 8 hours off of a full charge while the laptop was connected to a Wi-Fi network. Given we were mainly writing scripts and reviews, it's still an impressive number. Of course, when gaming while not plugged in, do expect the battery consumption to be faster. After an hour of playing Genshin, the battery dropped from 100 to 70%, which still isn't that bad considering we can easily game on this laptop. When you do need to recharge, the Huawei MateBook X Pro comes with a 90-watt power adapter and charges via either of the 3 USB Type-C ports. And if you're too lazy to bring the power brick around, you can even charge the laptop via a power bank so long as you have a USB Type-C cable with you. We've even charged the laptop using a car's 12-volt socket with a charger plugged in, obviously, which did come in pretty handy when cramming for meetings. With everything the Huawei MateBook X Pro is capable of, it offers a lot in a slim and compact package. And if you're a photographer, vlogger, or videographer who is always on the go and wants to pack a bit lighter, this laptop is one you should consider. The Huawei MateBook X Pro is something users can get work done with, but will also be able to enjoy some leisure time with casual gaming. And your back will thank you too. For those interested in the 2024 Huawei MateBook X Pro, the price starts at 129,999 pesos for the Intel Core Ultra 9 variant with 32GB of LPDDR5X memory and 2TB of storage. It is now available for purchase at Huawei's online store and via the brand's official Lazada and Shopee pages. Of course, users can also try it out in person by viewing Huawei Experience stores nationwide.
Those who ordered a laptop today will be eligible for Huawei's first sale promos, which include a free Huawei Vision S 65-inch TV worth 45,999 pesos and a backpack worth 1,899 pesos. This promo runs only from July 12 to July 31.
But what do you guys think of the 2024 Huawei MateBook X Pro? Does it have the makings to be your next ultra-portable laptop? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video or found it informative or educational or fun, be sure to smack that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that bell icon so you get notified of our future uploads. Be sure to visit yugatech.com and follow us on our social media platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this has been the 2024 Huawei MateBook X Pro. And I've been Miguel, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye.